I am feeling or sensing exciting times ahead. I feel that 2026 is going to be a big step forward in terms of disclosure. Now, it's important to remember that as we see the governments are starting to really ramp up the talking points regarding disclosure and ETs to kind of get the public on board with that idea. And it's going to be really interesting how things get spun out there, especially in terms of religion, how they try to integrate all of that together as the old power structures, the old realities continue to crumble. But I want to remind you that disclosure is already here and it is happening through you. It is happening through me. It is happening through the star seeds that have incarnated into this planet. For a number of years, you have been clearing the space, clearing the density, and creating space within your body to be able to download and integrate your multidimensional energy. Now, all of our star guides, these amazing beings of light, reside in higher frequency bandwidths. Now, the more space you create within your body, the more you're able to download and integrate those aspects of you, meaning that you are actually pulling them here. And as we pull them here, we are creating space within Earth's field, energetic field, auric field, that actually allows these beings to start to manifest. So, because the frequency of the planet is rising and your vibration is increasing, you are creating a reality where they can exist. I remember my Pleiadian guide telling me that when the consciousness of the planet gets to a certain level, that essentially sets the stage for them to vibrationally, it's like a vibrational match where they could start to come forward. So that's exactly what's happening. So you are the one here incarnated into this physical body anchored into the planet that is actually clearing or creating space within the planet's field, removing all of that, alchemizing all of that dense energy, all of those old power structures, all of the things that kept humanity feeling cut off and separated for eons. It's now all dissolving. And as that continues to dissolve, the frequency of the planet increases, your frequency increases. That allows for higher frequency timelines to start to open up and manifest. And that allows for greater realities to start to come forward. So as we move up, and essentially what's happening really on an energetic level is we're moving energy in our bodies up from our lower chakras up into the heart and up into the higher chakras, the etheric chakras. And that is really changing our physical makeup. We are becoming less particle, more wave, or more energy because our vibration is increasing. And that increasing vibration is a match to higher vibrational energies. So you start to experience them as you continue to increase your frequency. Okay, the frequency that you're dialed into, right? That comes with expanding consciousness. You raise your vibration and your consciousness expands, your field expands, and you start to be able to perceive higher vibrational realities. Now, as the old guard starts, continues to dissolve, these things are starting to be released. They're starting to come out more in the mainstream. More people are talking about it. They're trying to set the stage so that people don't freak out on a mass scale. And I know you've heard about false flags and all that kind of stuff. It's possible, I suppose, as the old power structures are fighting for their very survival, for their very existence, right? We are the ones that are changing the landscape, and that energy really no longer has a sustainability to it. So it is, in fact, dying. But they may throw some false flags in there to try to get people back into that vibration of fear. So your job is to see through all that and stay anchored in your heart space, because the heart space is the doorway to the 5D new earth. And that's what we are manifesting here. We are anchoring it into our body. We are expanding that into the grid and making that available for others who are ready to stop living from the survival mode and perspective of fear, lower chakras, and moving up into the upper chakras where they're living from a present, loving, compassionate state. That is the frequency match to our star guides. And as we reach those states of consciousness, those levels of frequency, they will be able to manifest into this reality. But there could be some fear events. And again, that's just the old trying to hang on. These old power structures make a lot of noise as they're going out, as they are dying. And that's normal. That's part of the process. But it's up to you to maintain your vibration high, right? You want to focus into these higher frequency timelines and not get dragged back down into the fear and survival mode. Okay, so over the next, as we head into 2026, we're going to start seeing more and more of this stuff drip out. Now, there's nothing to worry about in terms if there's false flags. Anything manufactured by man is just a smokescreen. So you need to be able to see through it. The beings that are coming forward or that are eventually going to start to manifest here are the beings that are aligned with your heart, with the heart space. They are loving, high vibrational, energetic beings. There is nothing to fear. All of that other stuff is just simply noise to keep people confused and separated from their divine energy. So there's going to be opportunity to see through all of that. So there may be some things that pop up that are false flags that give people an opportunity to really scratch their head and say, hey, that doesn't make sense. I feel something bigger within me that is rising, and that is not aligned with it. So people will start to see how maybe they've been controlled or kept in fear or have been living in survival mode and start to open up consciously to an expanded reality. You're going to notice that more people are going to start talking about synchronicities, weird things that are happening, things that are outside of the norm. And that is their consciousness expanding. They may not understand what it is. It could also bring up a little bit of an element of fear in them because it's the unknown. So they may look to you to reconnect with that stable, loving, compassionate energy. So it's important that you maintain a higher vibrational state so that you could stabilize your field and help make that stable, loving energy available to those who are really maybe confused as the old continues to go out kicking and screaming, right? So that's where we're headed. 2026, I feel, is going to be like an amazing year in terms of disclosure. We're going to take a big leap forward. We're already seeing it with the 3-Eye Atlas, and we've seen the Tic Tac video and all that kind of stuff, that tech, that hybrid tech, all of those things being dripped out. It's kind of acclimating the public to the idea that maybe there's something more than we've been experiencing here on Earth. And that is good because that is a sign that consciousness is expanding. But again, watch out for the false stuff, the false flags, the narratives out there that are designed to keep you living in a survival, disempowered fear state. That stuff is dying. It's on its way out. Where we are headed, there is nothing to fear. It is pure divine love energy. The multidimensional you has access to it right now. If you turn inward and breathe into your body and calm your nervous system down, slow your brain waves down, you could actually access it. And you could start to really get information about where we're headed directly without having to hear it from anybody else. That's one of the things that we work on in my New You program. And if you do want to learn more about that, definitely click the link in the description for my free masterclass. So be excited for where we're headed. I don't want to lay out any expectations. Sometimes I get some things from my Pleiadian guide, but she's always told me we need to go through this journey from more of a no expectation perspective. Because when you start to have expectations, what happens is you start to anchor in certain timelines. We want to remain open to the fluidity of this path, the fluidity of this journey, and continue to align ourselves, to center ourselves, to get into the heart space, to get our energy moving so that we can draw in and experience the highest frequency timeline that is available to us based on our level of consciousness. So I go into 2026 with no expectations other than I know consciousness is expanding. And if consciousness is expanding and we are We are starting to rise up into higher vibrational realities. ETs, guides, all of those amazing things are part of those realities. So it is a truly exciting time to be here. It's what you came for. But what you can do to help others is remain stable, bring forward this safe energy, this compassionate energy, this loving energy, so that when people are really confused by what's happening or what's coming, you have the ability to offer up that safe space for them so that they can align with that, and that'll help them move through all of those limiting beliefs in the programming that they're going to be asked to leave behind with the old. Can't come through to the new. You represent the new and help lead the way for others.